we have free will when we decide we want to have free will. But this takes overriding the subconscious mind. Most people walk through life with this mentality stuck wherever it's at, thinking they are only good enough to do exactly what they're doing. Or they aspire to be doing better, but they're just not there yet. So they got to put in a lot more work. Okay? But all of this comes from stuff from your childhood. Certain smells and things you hear, certain sounds, even foods you taste, which you've tasted when you were a child, or smelt when you were a child, or heard or saw when you were a child could trigger certain emotions and reactions that you don't even know all stem from the childhood. Everything you took in as a child around your parents, around your siblings, what you grew up seeing. That's why they say product of your environment. It's because we mimic our environment in a way. Everything in our subconscious mind is from our environment. How we feel about ourselves from our environment. How we handle situations from our environment. So everything that you've done, every single action that you've taken, which most of it was, well, not of your own will, but it was of your own will. You only do things because it is an ingrained habit. We're like we always forget we're animals too, and just because we have a larger frontal lobe, we use our frontal lobe more than other animals, more than like a cat, for instance, who is just moving off of instinct. They don't think before they do anything. You know, that's why like when a dog does something they're not supposed to do, they like put their tail between their legs and it's like, oh, I wasn't supposed to do. They knew they weren't supposed to do that, but they did it anyway because they're moving off of instinct. They don't have any forethought. It's like, it's like they're not controlling themselves. Like a baby can't control themselves. Like we have the ability to control ourselves and we call that free will. But really, it's not exactly free will. It's just learning from prior actions or mistakes before. And then we store that in our subconscious mind that's stored away so we don't have to even think about it. So next time you're in a situation like that, you use your memory that's stored away. You see what I'm saying? So you're moving off of memories. That's really what it's all about. You're just moving off of memories. Everything you think is good and bad and right and wrong is just memories on how you see other people react or how you see the environment react to certain things happening. So you store that away like, okay, that would not be beneficial to me or my well-being. So you know what? I'm not going to do that thing because that is not something that would be, what I just said, beneficial to me. So yeah, it's kind of a complicated loop, but it's really not. It's just everything is going around in a loop. So yeah, think of like the video game The Sims. You're controlling the character in this false world, in this fake world, but this computer program does not know that it is fake and it's being controlled. If it were conscious, and we don't know this, can a video game character be conscious? We don't know. This is something we can't really know. It's something we created, yes, but we were created, were we not? That's what mostly, everybody believes. We were created, so we think we're conscious, or we think we're real, right? So why can't a created video game character think it's real? Oh, because it's just computer programming and, we control everything about. Well, can you control a computer program's thoughts though, if it has thoughts? Like these are just things we can't really know. We think thoughts are just electrical signals and all that, and that's what they are. So think about it. If thoughts in our mind are electrical signals, everything going on in our brain, memories and stuff, are stored as electrical signals, right? Electrical signals. There we go. Signals. A computer program is made from electrical signals and all that other stuff. So why would it not have thoughts? Is all I'm saying. I'm not sitting here trying to say that computer programs are like sentient beings and all that. That's not what I'm trying to say. But you see what I'm saying. Look, anyway, free will. Life is like The Sims. Somebody is controlling that character. Is thinking it's making those choices, but really we're picking the clothes, picking the career path, picking all of that. We got to handle. That's the same way we are, except nobody's controlling us. We're controlling ourselves. But you have to make conscious and strong efforts to change how you think and change how you behave and change the subconscious. So, because we move on autopilot, we move on autopilot. And you think that you're walking around and don't know what to do and blah, blah, blah. You only are walking around. Most people are walking around lost because they have trained themselves to walk around lost. They've trained themselves to be lazy. They've trained themselves to be, to have body dysmorphia and be dyslexic and, throw up in the toilet. Or they've trained themselves to be obese and just eat whenever they want and not have any self-control. Or they train themselves to be a bodybuilder. Or they train themselves to be this, to be that, to be smart, to be, whatever it is. We train ourselves. We are a sim character controlling our own sim character. So that's why I say free will isn't a thing. I call it more like free movement. Wherever you guide the mind, that's where this cat will not shut up. That's when things will start changing. Is when you learn how to guide where the mind takes your subconscious. And then your subconscious will slowly change. Everything goes in a loop. Everything goes in a loop. The loop of life and death. The loop of time and eternity. Eternity is nothing but a loop. The loop of the life of the universe. The universe is going to eventually be lights out. Going to have the I think they call it a black death of the universe or whatever, where every star goes out, but eventually stars will begin lighting back up again. It's just a loop. I wouldn't be, I'm not going to get on YouTube and say, I know what happened. I'm not going to do that. But at the same time, don't be surprised if you loop right back around again. All right, I'm out.